Hello, welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. It is Saturday morning. We went to bed pretty early last night for a Friday. Sam went to bed at like 9:30. I finished editing last week's vlog and went to bed about 10:30. So we both kind of woke up early, but we spent the morning just like being together and not like jumping out of bed and trying to check things off. And it was really, really nice. I think I have been trying to leave a little bit of margin on my weekend mornings and not have things really start. I think I was trying to start my morning routine at 9 and then like actual things at 10, but I'm leaning maybe I'm gonna leave a little bit more margin on the weekend mornings. I do like to be productive on the weekends because I have so many goals that I'm working towards outside of my 9-to-5 job, but I also like having the margin to, you know, spend time with Sam and just relax a little bit, because let's be real, I probably could use some more relaxation and some more kitty snuggles. Hi, kitty. Say hi. Anyways, Sam headed off to a yoga class. We signed up for different workout classes today because by the time we like had a conversation about it, all the morning classes, like earlier morning, not early, but like morning classes were full except for the yoga class. And I just didn't really feel like doing yoga today. And he has calls the rest of the day. So I signed up for a later class, something I actually wanted to do. A style I haven't tried before. It's like a combo dance cardio total body, but like body weight, not with weights. We'll see how it goes. The class, we actually took a class yesterday with Brooke. My friend Brooke was in town. We took her as a guest to a class yesterday. It was yesterday morning. It was hard. It was incredibly hard. So there were 6 exercises. It's called stacked. And so there were 6 exercises, and you started off by doing the first one for 30 seconds, and then you would have a 30-second break, and then you would do the first one for 30 seconds and then the second one for 30 seconds, have a 30-second break, and then you would stack on the third one, so on and so forth, until you had a 3-minute stack, and you were doing all 6 exercises in a row for 30 seconds each. And it was very hard. It was really hard. Like, they were tough exercises too. And then we like got through the first, there's 2 different sets, 2 different stacks. We got through the first 3-minute round, and she goes, okay, we're gonna reverse it, and we're gonna do all 6, but in the reverse order. And we all looked at each other. We were just like, oh, because we'd also gone out to dinner and had wine and stayed up a little late the night before. So it was tough, but I'm glad that we went. I just like trying all these new classes. I can get so bored so easily with working out, and so I just like that we have so many different options. So is that plan for today? So I'm going to start by tidying up the apartment. I'm kind of switching things around on my weekend schedule. So originally I was gonna do like filming today and then some more household stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna do said household stuff today, like meal prepping, cleaning the apartment, and a couple other things. I moved to today's schedule instead of doing them tomorrow, and I'm gonna film tomorrow because Sam is gonna be out of the house more tomorrow. So I just kind of switched things around. I also went ahead and sent some pictures to the drugstore to get printed for my January memory keeping that I'm gonna work on tonight. Oh, I guess if I'm gonna work on 2019 tomorrow, I need to send 2019 pictures. I have no idea where I'm at with 2019. That might not happen. Like, they might not get sent to the drugstore today. I might have to split 2019 into 2 pieces tomorrow. The first piece being organize everything that you have and send pictures, and then the second piece being actually doing the memory keeping. I think the quarterly goal of getting through the 2019 memory keeping in this quarter is not going to happen, but that's okay. I'm gonna get started on that. I also wanted to tell you that one of the things I'm trying out today is a different form of time tracking. So I talked about this back in my monthly goals video for February, that I wanted to start tracking my time. I tracked my time a long time ago in like a bullet journal method that I got from Cindy, but for this month I was gonna try and do it in my Google Cal. So like my schedule is set up generally in my Google Cal, and then I was gonna like drag and change what actually ended up happening. Well, I have not been good about that. And I think the problem is you can't drag on your phone. At least I can't figure out how to do it. So on my phone, I actually have to go in and like change the times, and it's a lot of work. Whereas it's easy to do on the computer to just like drag and change it. And I think I just needed something on my phone to track my time. So I'm trying 2 apps. There's 2 different apps. Let me tell you what they're called. I'm trying one today. I'm gonna try one today and maybe tomorrow, and then one like Monday, Tuesday. We're definitely carrying this habit over to March. So one is called TimeTrack and one is called ATracker. They seem very similar. but I feel like I should try them both and see which one I like better. I don't know. So I'm trying one today, and I'll see how I like it, and then maybe try it again tomorrow. But I also feel like I should do each one on a weekend day, because weekend days are so much different than work days. Like, it's a lot more to track, to say like I'm doing this. The way it works is you can go in and backtrack, but you can also tell it like right now. So like before I started filming this like piece of the vlog, I told it like right now I'm doing Plan with Lakin, and then I will stop it when I'm done and then start whatever the next task is that I'm moving on to. So I'll put household, and then I'll clean the apartment. Does that make sense? So you can like tell it in that moment, this is what I'm doing, and it times it in real time versus you having to go back and do everything. Either way though, weekends are still a lot more work to do that than a weekday, but because of work. So anyways, that's what I'm trying to do today, just to kind of see where my time is going and help me plan better for the future. All right, first things first, I have not been good about the time tracking thing. Like, I was hopping between activities, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and so it just felt silly almost to like pull it out and mark it. And I was doing different things. Like, I would like, oh, I'm gonna wash my face and brush my teeth, and then I ate breakfast, and then I like made the bed, and I don't know, it just felt silly to track it all. So we'll see. We'll see if I decide to go back and post-track it. I did get a lot of things done, but I didn't track any of them. However, I did make somewhat of a mistake. So first off, I think this was back in December. I started using CVS instead of Dwayne Reed, because they will do a 6x8 photo like option. So I usually send it to the CVS by the subway, and I pick it up like when I'm on my way home from work. Well, since I wasn't gonna be going that direction today, I was like, oh, there's a CVS right by the gym. So I'll just send it to that CVS and pick it up after my class. Good thing I decided to check the gym app. I booked the class at the other location. There's 2 locations that are within like 5 minutes of each other, of us. And I was like, well, so now I'm going to that location to go to my class, then I'm gonna have to walk all the way back, like 9 blocks the other direction to go pick up my photos. But I need them today, so oh well. One of my favorite easy healthy meals is to get ground turkey, just a pound of ground turkey, add a can or a jar of tomato sauce, and then the cauliflower gnocchi from Trader Joe's. So good, so easy to do. While the turkey, I'm cooking the turkey in the pan, I put the cauliflower gnocchi in the microwave for 5 minutes. When the turkey is cooked through, I add the sauce and let that simmer for a while. Then when the cauliflower gnocchi is done, I add that in just to kind of, you know, mesh it all together and finish up cooking the gnocchi. And that's it. I add a bunch of spices and stuff along the way. I say a bunch. I add the garlic salt from Trader Joe's, the lemon pepper from Trader Joe's, and then some cumin. And that's it. And then this I will probably split into, if I'm taking them for lunch, I can split them into 4. I might split them into 3, to be honest with you, just because I'm pretty hungry. And then Sam and I can eat the other leftovers for lunch. Tomorrow Sam's out at dinner with a friend. Speaking of Sam being out at dinner with a friend, I'm gonna let this simmer for a minute more. He told me yesterday maybe that he had dinner plans with a friend who was in town from out of town, and then they were going to a housewarming party for a fraternity brother of theirs. And obviously I was invited to come to the housewarming party if I wanted to. I'm used to him telling me about things like this super last minute, and the way that I've set up my schedule is I usually try to be done with my stuff by Saturday night, you know, at a normal time. And that way, if I want to go to something like this, or I want to just hang out with him, basically whatever he's doing, because he's done working by this time, you know, we'll do that. So that was the plan. Like, I still could be done with everything I wanted to do today and time to go to this party, although it doesn't really leave me a whole lot of time to get ready. I told him that this is like a girl problem, because he just showers and puts on clothes and goes, and I need to like do something with myself. So then I was like, well, maybe I won't go. And most of the time he's pretty okay with me bailing on things like this, especially if it's his friends. He knows, like, I'm an extrovert, but I'm not like always meet new people an extrovert. And so, I mean, I know some of them, like the guy he's having dinner with is one of his groomsmen. I know him, but like otherwise, I'm like, I don't really know everybody. And so normally, if I like sort of hint that I don't feel like going and I think I'll just stay in, he's like, it's fine, like, don't worry about it. But today, he kind of had this look on his face that was like, no, I really want you to go. And I was like, all right, fine, I will go. So I'm gonna eat this dinner, and then I'm gonna clean up a little bit. It's kind of a mess. I did my January memory keeping. I'll flip through that binder and show you what I did too after I'm done eating. And then I will work on my dresser. And hopefully I have time to finish that and still get to the party at a relatively reasonable time. I forgot to mention what I decided is I'm not gonna put on makeup to go to this party because A, that takes up time to just put on the makeup, and B, then I have to actually wash off my makeup when I get home tonight, which I don't want to do. So I was like, Sam, would you be okay if I come without makeup? He was like, I don't care if you wear makeup. I think you're beautiful. Fiance points there. So I'm not wearing makeup. I am gonna save time both before I leave and when I get back. I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I've gotten way more comfortable going out in public, like running errands without makeup, being like vlogging without makeup, but like an actual party, like where there might be photos taken, because I never like the way that I look in photos without makeup. I just feel like my eyes like sink into my face. Like sometimes I'll just put on mascara, or maybe I'll wear my glasses. We'll see. I don't want to have to wash the mascara off either though. All right, I am not cleaning out my dresser today. I just spent the last like hour and a half working through something emotionally. But anyways, so now I would have 30 minutes to work on my dresser before I needed to like so I went ahead and got ready for the party. And by got ready, I mean, I took a body shower finally after I hadn't since I worked out hours ago. The class today was not actually super cardio intensive. I mean, my heart rate got up, but I didn't really sweat that much. Anyway, so I took a body shower. I put on clean leggings and a slightly nicer shirt. Put my hair up in a ponytail, and I put some moisturizer on. I decided I'm not actually gonna put any makeup on, not even mascara. And now, I don't know. I told Sam that I was going to get there like an hour after he did. That way, hopefully when I was ready to go, he would also be ready to go. But I might just head down there early because I could get started on my dresser and just do a part of it, but like, I'm just not in the mood anymore. I'm actually not even in the mood to go to this party anymore, but I'm going because I told Sam I was going and I love him. So let me show you my January memory keeping before I head out though. So this album is a Project Life album that I got on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was pretty inexpensive. So it's a 6x8 album. The albums themselves are a little bit smaller, like height size than the Allie Edwards ones. So they look a little bit different on the shelf, which I'm kind of bummed about, but the ones that she has in her shop they don't have a ton of different styles and they're super pricey, and these were a lot less expensive. So I'm just gonna have to get over that. So the first thing I did was just work through pictures. So I knew I wanted to use the January monthly subscription, but I did not start going through that at first. So what I did first was I went to my phone, literally, and scrolled back to January 1st. The first couple days we were still in China. So that is gonna be a part of the China memory keeping. So I started with the wedding that we had on January 5th was going to be the first thing. And so I picked a page protector layout based on the wedding photos. And then I just sort of moved through chronologically. So if the wedding photos are going to be on this layout, okay, so then the next thing that chronologically came after the wedding was venue hunting, and I had a picture from that. So what layout do I want for that? Okay, I'm gonna get a 4x6 photo. And I just kind of went through that process, working either with new page protector or on the back of a prior one to get the photos in the size that I wanted. So I sent all the photos to the drugstore, got them home, cut them for the ones that needed to be cut, and then I started putting them in the page protectors. At that point, I pulled out the January monthly subscription kit and started placing the cards that went with the kit with the photos. And I wanted to make sure that I was using the ones that were very obviously New Year's focused. So there were some that I didn't end up using, but they're generic enough that I can use them later in the year for a different project. So I started with this. So this is a photo from the wedding, but I kind of just wanted something to kick off the year and just use some cards about the year. And then this 2020, I'm thinking about adding some more stuff. Like this front page feels very like empty or plain, but that might be okay too. So then the wedding continues on the back side. At first I didn't really like that you could see this 2020, but there really wasn't another place to put it and I need to use it. So I just kind of got over that. I have this picture of us dancing and I put this little sticker on top, and then the picture of us with the bride and groom, and I used this January that was actually from the One Little Word kit that I didn't end up using for One Little Word, and then this big number 5. And then I haven't filled in any of the journaling yet, by the way. I feel like that's the story with this. I love all the crafty stuff, but the writing stuff is actually hard for me, so I haven't done that yet. All right, and then I have this little insert on the inside. It's got the picture from their photo booth and then their save the date on the back. So I just put that in there. All right, originally I had planned to move on to something else at this point. I wasn't actually gonna use any of this ephemera. I may have hole punched the program into the binder, but I wasn't really sure I was gonna use any of it, and I was trying to move chronologically. So the next thing that was gonna be here was venue shopping. I ended up moving things around so that they weren't chronological. And the reason why is I knew I wanted to use a 2x2 insert for the Sunshine State Planners event because I had a lot of little pictures that I wanted to use. So originally it was going to be venue hunting on this side, then start of the Sunshine State Planners on this side, then the 2x2 of the Sunshine State Planners on this side. Then on the back of that, I was going to put this full 6x8 photo and cut it up into the little 2x2 squares. But when I got this full 6x8 photo in my hands, I just really loved the way that it looked, and I didn't want to cut it up into little 2x2 squares. So I decided to move some things around so that I could still like use things the way that I wanted. And the only thing is that the venue hunting is out of chronological order, and I'm just going to get over that. So I have this little 2x2 that I did cut, so I'm not using the full 6x8. It's just 2 columns. So I cut our reserved sign that was on our seat in the ceremony. I have a snippet of the ceremony timeline. So it has that Sam did a reading, and then I have our little name cards that I cut down. Then on the back, I start the Sunshine State Planner. So I have a lot of different pictures, a lot of little pictures. And then this was actually a sticker that I got some in my swag somewhere. And then this was washi that we also got in the swag, and I just repeated it down on this little piece. And then I also put the program in here. And then my name tag, for now I just have it paper clipped. What I want to do is put a hole punch here and tie some ribbon that sticks out, but I don't have any ribbon that really goes with that right now, so I need to get some. And so this is just in here. And then I have this picture that's got all the speakers, and then this. So what I want to go here is from the photo booth picture of me and my mom and my stepdad. I cannot find it anywhere. I had all the other like stuff that I saved except the photo booth picture. I don't know where it is. So I'm not even planning to write on this. If I can't find it in like months, I will just, you know, give up and write. But that's what I want to go here. That was the intention of what goes here. All right, then on the back here is the venue hunting. That was actually before this. So I have this picture of Sam and I. He fell asleep for a little cat nap in the car. This was actually right before we toured the venue that we ended up picking. And then this is one of the cards from the monthly kit. Basically everything that I've used is from the monthly kit unless I say otherwise. Like all of these little add-ons are from the monthly kit, which is no longer available for January, obviously. I think the digital version is still available if you are interested in digital products. But I'm just going to write here a little bit about venue hunting. All right, then I did a little 3x8 insert. So I have the picture that we took when we joined the gym and this little chipboard that says, let's do this together, and then renew and refresh. I'm going to write a little blip about us joining a gym. And then on this side, I have January memories and a picture of me at the Olay event. And then it just says, hello, baby steps. I also added this little sticker at the top here. I'm going to put the date on it when I finally go through with the pen. All right, then I have my trip to Chicago, which I just realized is actually February. This was actually February 1st. I flew on January 31st, but this was actually February. You know what? There might be a way to still maneuver this around. So let's see if I take out this and flip these around and just like flip this around, except this is Sunday and this is Saturday, and I kind of wanted it to be like Sunday. I wanted it to be its own layout. All right, you know what? It's fine. It's just going to be out of order. I just realized that this was technically February, and I want to put the dates on it, but it's going to be wrong. But I think I would rather have them be out of order than have like Sunday be like have the Saturday stuff in the middle of the Sunday stuff. Like I like that all of Sunday is together, because then this, I put the January thing on the back. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to this. So I have the picture of Nina at Party City when we were getting the balloons. And then I put this sticker on here that I'm gonna write a little something about how all the balloons got super tangled in the car and then we couldn't get them apart. And then this picture of the 4 of us. And then on the back, I was gonna write about Sunday and how we just sort of hung out with the kids and had a Disney dance party. And then we went to breakfast and got pancakes. And then I really, really, really like this quote. And then on this side, this was just sort of a reaction to this. So like I said, I didn't want to get rid of this full 6x8 photo. I really like the way that this looked all together. And so on this side, I actually originally was going to put this picture here, but I first off really wanted to include this quote and had to figure out how to incorporate this full 6x8 photo, which I ended up trimming down, and now it's kind of floating all around the place. I might like staple it in there so it stops moving. We'll see. Anyways, so I trimmed down this picture. It was a 4x6 and I just trimmed it down and stuck it in here. And then I'm going to journal on the stripes. And then the last picture is this bath picture with the book that I read and finished in January. And then I really like this chipboard that says a new chapter begins now with the book and the red, and it just all felt like it went really well together. So obviously still need to do some journaling and still cross my fingers that I can find this photo booth picture. Otherwise, that is January. It's, you know, it's a lot, but it's not, I don't know. I'm really curious how many of these albums I'm going to need at the end of the year. I'm going to do like big stuff like trips and stuff probably in their own album. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. This is the first month. I'm trying to make it a routine. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what works for me. I forgot to mention, there were a couple January items that I did want to use, but didn't get around to using. One was this little green January. I still maybe could use that somewhere. And then one is this January clear piece that was also from One Little Word. I don't know. It didn't fit anywhere. I don't really love the transparency version of this because on the back, it doesn't make any sense. So it's not my favorite thing. Also figured there'll be future January, so I'll find a way. I also wanted to try and stretch myself to use the stamps, but I don't have any ink that can go actually on the photos, so that's part of the problem. And I don't know. I kind of was trying to not rush through it, but this felt like it was gonna add more time. And while doing the memory keeping stuff is about the creativity aspect of it, it's also about having it done. Like having the memories documented. Hello, happy Sunday. It is pretty late on Sunday given how much I have not gotten done today, but that's all right. We had a good time at the party last night. It was a like college reunion, basically. It was a lot of Sam's fraternity brothers and their now significant others. And it was a lot of fun to get to see everybody. Most of them I'd met before at other things in the city. A couple were actually visiting from out of town. It was kind of random, but it was really great to see everybody and to meet some new friends. There was like a small world moment where we met someone and they were like, wait, we saw your proposal video because they know the girlfriend of the guy who produced the show with Sam. But they were here because of another person that they knew. Like, it was the sister of one of Sam's fraternity brothers. And they were like, yeah, we know who you are. Like, we saw your video. It was just crazy. So, it was fun. We had a good time. I'm glad that I ended up going out. But we didn't get home until late. So we slept in this morning. And then I actually went and did 2 classes at the gym. I'm not even going to say classes, really. I did a spin class. And then I did restorative yoga, which was freaking phenomenal. And the spin class was great too. It was probably one of my top 2 instructors in terms of like instruction and the music. So this might be my new like Sunday routine, is to go to this spin class and then go to this restorative yoga class. It was pretty awesome. So that was what I did. And now I just spent the last hour sitting on my phone on the couch. So that's where we're at. I'm supposed to film 3 videos today that I moved from yesterday. And that is not gonna happen. I'm not in the mood. So I am gonna film the one video that needs to get done today, which is the plan with me. And I'm gonna shift some things around this week and this weekend. I'm also supposed to do my 2019 memory keeping today. That's also not happening. What I'm gonna try to make sure I do today is figure out what all the different things are that I want to memory keep, either because I saved something or I have a bunch of pictures in my phone, and at least get the picture sent to the drugstore, so that hopefully I can finish it up. Not finish it, but like do some work on it next weekend. So I'm gonna make some progress on the 2019 memory keeping, but I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna pull out any supplies today. because I kind of also want to put that on a video. I feel like you guys like to see the memory keeping videos, and I definitely would not be in a mindset to video the memory keeping today. So I'm gonna film the plan with me. I'm gonna get the memory keeping photos organized, and then I think I'm gonna just take a bath and relax a little bit and then cook dinner. I'm gonna cook a HelloFresh meal for dinner, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I say that's it. It's already 4:30, so I don't, like, there isn't that much time left in the day anyways. But I did not use the TimeTracker app again today, so again, I think the weekdays are gonna be easier, so maybe if I can get into the routine of doing it on a weekday, it'll be better on the weekends. Once I figure out the routine, we will see. All right, jumping on to say a few things that I'm pretty sure I said before in other vlogs or other videos, but I just feel like it's always helpful to hear things again. The first one, taking my makeup off as soon as I get home from work is the best routine thing I've ever done. The best thing I've ever added to a routine. I just get so tired. Like from the moment I get home from work, a lot of times I come home like super motivated and excited to like have my evening, but then I crash much quicker than I ever anticipate. And I'm usually already changing clothes anyways to put some comfortable clothes on. So this is gonna sound crazy. And if I do ever film my after work routine video, I'm gonna have to not include this. So when I get home, I take my work clothes off and I go wash my face before I put my comfy clothes on, because when I wash my face in the sink, I get water everywhere. I don't know what it is, but I get water all over the place. And so if whatever I'm wearing gets wet, that's just what happens. So I wait to put on my comfy clothes until after I've washed my face. It's just been really great. So then what I'll do is when it's time to like get ready for bed. So actually the other thing I'm gonna try to add into my evening routine, which I did tonight, is brush my teeth as soon as I'm done eating. Not because I have snacking issues. I actually don't have evening snacking issues. I was just watching Diva and the Divine's video about weight loss, and she was talking about that, and I was like, that's not my problem. I just need sugar and carbs. It is not a time of day. But just because, again, the longer I wait to do it, the more tired I get, and the more that I'm like, I'm not gonna give it 100% when it's time to actually go brush my teeth, when it's time to get ready for bed. Does that make sense? So if I do it earlier in the evening, as soon as I'm done eating, I will do a better job. And then what I have been doing then is when it is time to get in bed, I will go into the bathroom and I'll use toner on my skin, which is a good skincare step, but also kind of gets any extra like germs or grime that got on my skin in the couple of hours since I washed it. And then I'll put on any like other nighttime serums or moisturizers. I don't really have a very good skincare routine. Somebody recently messaged me about it and I was like, it's not very good. I think I talked about it a little bit in my morning routine video, but my skincare routine's not great. I also should do an updated morning routine video. Now that we go to the gym in the morning, our morning routine is definitely different. Anyways, the other thing I was gonna say, which I'm just reiterating for myself so that I do it more. It is so much easier to edit a video if I edit it quickly after I filmed it, because I remember the mistakes that I made. I remember why I had that long pause. Like I remember the moments that I was gonna edit out anyways, and it just makes editing so easy. So today, the plan with me for this week is much shorter than normal. I don't know why it was so much shorter. So I finished editing that during lunch, and I left myself time tonight to finish editing that video. So I'm starting to edit the vlog footage from over the weekend, which was earlier in this video. And it just is so much easier to edit because I just did it. So anyways, Lakin, make sure if you're creating your ideal schedule, you edit the videos like as soon as you film them. It's hard because you want to do all this batch filming and you want to, you know, film it all together when you're in filming mode. But then some things I'm filming, you know, further in advance from when they need to be posted. But seriously, it's so much easier. So I just need to do that more. But anyways, I'm gonna finish editing. I've about 10 minutes left of vlog footage to edit, and then I'm gonna work on some wedding stuff. Tonight, my goal is to copy and paste addresses from both our Christmas card list, and then my dad sent me his Christmas card list, and start getting addresses ready in the spreadsheet. The other 3 parents haven't sent them yet, so I still need to get those, but I can at least do ours and my dad's. I'm gonna give the guest list a once over again. Really, most of the guest list work is Sam at this point. He needs to finalize his friends list. And then the last thing on my list was to start sending some emails to get information from the photographers. I have a pretty long list of photographers that I found either by looking at who has photographed our venue, like who tagged our venue on Instagram. They were recommended to me via Instagram, via somebody on Instagram, or I just kind of found them looking through Austin photographers. So I have the list. I want to say there's like 15 photographers on it, which is insane. I don't need to reach out to 15 photographers. Actually, Brooke gave me really good advice that said, when you're doing the vendors, focus on 3 at a time. So like look at their pictures and pick your top 3 and then email them and start having conversation. At the same time though, I want all the information and I kind of want to ask all of them for their like rate sheets so I can just like eliminate the ones that are totally out of the budget. I don't know. Anyways, those are the wedding things that I am hoping to accomplish tonight. Hi, I know I'm sitting in like the exact same spot as I was a couple days ago, but I promise it's not the same day. I just typically wear the same set of pajamas for a few days, and I've been changing into my comfy clothes as soon as I get home from work. Like I mentioned earlier, I get home, I wash my face, I put my comfy clothes on, and now I'm here to chat with you. Also, I'm loving this angle and this setup where I get both of my hands and I don't have to hold the camera. It's my FabFitFun box and then my seasonal surprise box stacked on top of each other. I can't keep these on my desk forever, but I'm really gonna miss this angle at my desk to be able to sit and chat. And I kind of like the background, like maybe I'll film a video here with this background. I kind of like it. And I get to like lean on the desk if I want to. I don't know. Anyways, that is not what I came here to talk to you about. I have 2 things I wanted to mention and ask your opinions and thoughts on. The first one is phone notifications. So I had a not a long conversation. I had a conversation today with a coworker about phone notifications. I can't even remember how it came up. Oh, now I remember. Okay, we were talking about a daily report that we get emailed, and my coworker mentions that it comes every day around like 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh, I've never really looked at the timestamp. It's in my inbox when I get to work in the morning. I don't usually, like, I have my inbox set up that it separates yesterday and today, so I can see if it came in yesterday or today, but I don't look at when it came in on any of those given days. Also, especially if it's a report and not something I'm responding to. And she goes, oh, you don't have your work email on your phone? And I was like, oh no, I do. I just don't have notifications turned on. And she was like, what? And I was like, I actually don't have notifications turned on for like anything. Pretty much text messages and then phone calls. That's it. No notifications, no little red dots, no push notifications, no nothing. The little red dot stresses me out if I don't click on it. I think that notifications make me pick up my phone more than I should or would. But then I started to think about it. Does it make me pick up my phone more than I would? Because not having notifications makes me pick up my phone pretty often and actually open those apps to see if I've gotten any notifications, specifically email, Instagram, and Facebook. And I talked about on Instagram, so I'm not gonna tell the story in the vlog, although I do know some of you don't follow me on Instagram, but I had to go get a new phone the other day, so I was actually without a working phone from like 8 a.m. to like noon, which on one hand was actually kind of awesome, but I realized how many times a day I just like pick up my phone. And so what was happening that day is I would pick it up, remember that it wasn't working, and then set it back down. And it was insane. So the conversation just got me thinking, if I had notifications on, like little red dots, not push notifications, little red dots, for those applications that I check frequently, more frequently than I should, but frequently, will that equate to me spending less time on them? Because here's my thinking. When I pick up my phone, I'm gonna unlock it, and it unlocks with my face, and then I'm gonna see if there are little red dots on email, Instagram, and Facebook. And if there are none, then I don't need to click on it and open it. Because I don't know how many times a day that I click on it and open it, and I actually didn't have any notifications. And I don't mean notifications like somebody posted in a Facebook group or somebody liked a photo. Like, I'm talking things that I need to respond to. So it's Instagram DMs, Facebook, well, Messenger is a separate app, but even Facebook notifications, and then emails. But I don't need to respond to emails right away. That's the problem. I don't know. I don't know what is better, because then I don't mindlessly open it and end up spending time there when I don't need to spend time there. I'm only opening it because there's a little red dot. But if there's no little red dot, then I won't open it. At least I am hoping that I won't open it. Did any of my rambling make sense there? I don't know. It might be a test that I run maybe next week. I'll try and see if I turn on these notifications, if I spend less time. Because you can go into your phone and see how much time you spent any given app on any given day. Did you know that? It's kind of creepy. And did you know that? Did you know that? It's like, it's actually depressing. I don't like to go in there and look at it, but you can. So I could see like, okay, well, this is the average amount of time I spend on Instagram a day, which is probably an awfully high number. And then turn on red dot notifications for messages and then comments maybe. And then see if I mindlessly open it when I just open up my phone, if there's no red dot. I don't know. Random thought I had for today. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you have notifications turned on your phone? Do you understand my logic here? Do you think that turning them on might help me spend less mindless time on these apps when I just pick up my phone, because I pick up my phone a lot because I do. The second thing that I wanted to chat with you about is something that I've mentioned here before, but I'm just gonna bring it up again with a specific example. And it is about giving yourself grace on the habits or goals or things that you know you wanna do in the future. Even like later this year future, I'm not talking like super far out in the future, because you're focusing on a different one. And the way that this played out in my life. So my Q1 routine goal was my morning routine, right? That is the one that I wanted to focus on. And I added a couple evening routine things into my goals, mostly skincare related, but I actually think I'm giving those the wedding goal color stickers. So it's not even related to routine. So my focus this quarter is to solidify and nail down my morning routine. Obviously, I know that a good morning routine starts with a good evening routine, and I have been good about going to bed early. But one of my evening routine goals for eventually is to not watch as much TV before bed and to read before bed. And I did a decent job of that last year, but I've sort of fallen out of it. It also really depends if Sam is home or not. If Sam is home, I like to watch TV with him in bed before, like, that's just what we like to do. It's a habit that we're currently in. If I'm alone, it's sometimes a little bit easier for me to be a little bit more disciplined and read instead of turn the TV on. But we've been doing it a lot lately, and I was feeling kind of guilty about it. And then last night, I like walked into the bedroom, and I was like, I'd made a decision that I was gonna wake up much earlier today. I walked into the bedroom last night, and I was like, reaching for the remote, and I was like, oh, you should read. You should really read your book. That book's gonna be due at the library and you're not gonna finish it. And then I was like, no, you are focusing on your morning routine. Getting in bed at this time is enough to working on your morning routine. Not watching TV before bed, that is gonna be evening routine or a better sleep goal. Like that is not related to your morning routine goal. Don't try and push it all on yourself at once. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I just feel like I always struggle to, I just need to do all the goals at once. And that's why goal setting never worked for me until I started taking this baby step, little by little mindset approach to goals. And so I just have to keep reminding myself of that. I just have to keep reminding myself that like, it's okay that I'm not doing every goal perfect. Like, this is the goal. So focus on that right now. Same thing with like the cooking routine. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not eating as healthy as I could be. That wasn't the goal this quarter. Like, and the goal was to establish a cooking routine. You've done a really good job of that. You guys have eaten out way less than you have in a really long time, which allowed us last month, by the way, to have a super nice Valentine's Day meal. And I didn't feel guilty spending that much on a meal because we hadn't eaten out as much because I was doing a good job of cooking at home. Anyways, this just turned into a whole rant about goals. All of that to say, focus on the goals that you have in front of you. Give yourself grace for not being perfect, or even working on, for that matter, the things that you want to accomplish later this quarter or this year or even in future years. Like, it's okay. I am also gonna go ahead and close out this week's weekly vlog. I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious about the length of the weekly vlogs. I know that some of you have said that you prefer if they're a little bit shorter. I know some of you also really love the long ones, but I'm trying to be more conscious about it. I don't really have any plans tomorrow besides going to the grocery store, and I would really like to get it edited tomorrow during lunch and be done with it because I have a super busy weekend ahead of me, and so having the vlog done and ready to go would be really great. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. And you started off by doing one for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that's not right. And then they were going to a housewarming party for a fraternity brothers. Like, what do I wanna say? Start of the sunshade planners. This ponytail is too tight for a messy bun.